Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is part 9 of my One Piece overview, where I show off this series in a different perspective. I just talk about One Piece, my favorite moments and stuff like that. Today we're going to be going over volume 42, 43, 44, and 45. So I think we're going to be finishing up Enies Lobby. I think this is going to be my last upload. Not ever, okay? Because I'm really enjoying doing these videos for the week. It's going to be my last upload for the week, and then I'll go back to uploading next Wednesday. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I am getting a little bit better. I still have a bit of a scratch in my throat. I don't think my body's very good at fighting off infections. But yeah, let's get into the video. First off, the question of the day. Today's question is, what is the One Piece moment that made you cry? And I talked about this back in like part 3, I believe. The only moment that's actually made me cry is that moment in Drum Island when the cherry blossoms, or the big sakura tree bloomed. And I hate crying, and I hate like rewatching this scene, but it's such a good scene. And yeah, let me play a little clip of it so you guys know what scene I'm talking about. 俺が消えても俺の夢は叶う。全くいい人生だった。ありがとうよ、チョッパー。さあ、言っといて、バカ息子。Yeah, that's the one scene that's made me cry. Apart from that, my favorite emotional scene, that's really tough. So I guess it's like a two-parter question. And I'll be asking you guys the one scene that's made you cry and your favorite emotional scene. I think that's gonna have to go to post Marineford when Jinbei's trying to smack some sense into Luffy, and he forgets like what he still has, and he's crying and says that he still has his crew. I think that's my favorite emotional moment. Not the one that's made me cry, but it's a really good scene, and I'll talk about it more when we get to it. It's one of my favorite scenes in the series. But yeah, as always, let me show you guys the volume covers. That's volume 42. I don't want to make my videos so long. They're getting pretty long. Like 20 minutes tops. And I'm not a big fan of that. I don't want to make such long videos. That's volume 43. So that's why I'm just gonna go through my favorite moments. Maybe not from now on, but definitely in this video. So that's volume 43. Volume 44. And then volume 45. So my favorite moments, I think, in this arc definitely have to be, or favorite moments like in this bundle of volumes. We'll get to it when we get to it, but let's start off with volume 42. Oh, Jabra, that's another really cool devil fruit. The Mut fruit, I guess you could call it the dog fruit, model wolf. Zoan type devil fruits are so cool in this series, man. So Zoro's fight is against Kaku. Zoro and Usopp, I guess. This isn't as cool as the other one, but the what would you call this one? What fruit is that? Maybe I think it's the horse fruit model giraffe or something. And it's so funny because he's trying to play it off as a cool devil fruit, and it's just plain goofy. So yeah, and then Sanji at first gets paired up against a woman, which is totally unfair given Sanji's chivalry. So obviously he loses this fight and he gives it to Nami. Oh, and Chopper's fight against this guy is really cool too. So yeah, I'll be going over like my favorite moments pretty much. Because I don't want to make my video so long. And Frankie's fight against fu something fu. I forgot his name. But yeah, the fights in Enies Lobby are really good. They're some of the best fights in the series. So yeah, that's the first KO, I think. Frankie against, oh, I can't remember his name. Zipper Mouth guy. Yeah. So I think this is the scene where Chopper goes full monster. Look at that. Oh, that's crazy. I wish I hadn't had this spoiled. I did have this scene spoiled for me, unfortunately. But that's a really good scene. And it gives Chopper something to do for the rest of the series. Because now he has this super strong form. But yeah, that was volume 42. We're speeding past it, but yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. Unless there's more stuff to talk about in each arc. And we're on to 43. I think, Luffy and Lucci finally stand off against each other. That's such a good fight, man. And it's so cool that they rematched in Egghead. I'm so excited to see that scene in the anime. Awakened Luffy versus Lucci. So Nami fights Khalifa, yada yada yada. Nami's fights aren't very interesting to me. And it's not her fault because I know this is gonna sound weird, but women aren't really written very well in manga. Because it's a fighting shonen manga, right? It's meant for young teenage boys. But I'll say that that Nami is one of the better written females in manga. She's a really good character. And here's I think this is my favorite fight in Enies Lobby. Sanji versus Jabra. Oh my god. Gear second or gear 2, however you want to call it, is my favorite when it comes to Luffy's power up. But my favorite power up in this arc definitely has to go to Sanji and his Diable Jambe. It's such a cool fight and power up. Like and it's in line with One Piece's silliness. Like, he spins so fast that his feet catch fire. Oh, where is it? Where's that scene? Oh, here it is. I thought I was gonna have like a bigger panel. But yeah, this is such a good fight in the anime. And I feel like One Piece is that rare instance where the anime is better than the manga in terms of adapting these kinds of scenes. It's very faithful, and it does it really well. Flambe shot. And I love this scene where Sanji leaves, and he says, "Gods create the food and demons create the spices. Maybe I made this a little too spicy for you." Oh, it's such a good scene. I love this fight so much. I love Sanji. Oh, and Zoro definitely gets his spotlight too. His fight against Kaku is really good, and of course every Straw Hat gets like a super cool power up, and Zoro gets his too. The Nine Sword style Ashura mode, or I'm not sure what. Right here, Demon Aura Nine Sword style Asura. That's so cool, dude. And it's crazy how he's only used this mode, or this form twice in the entire series. Look at that. Asura Silver Mist. That's so cool, man. And I don't know how he does it, but I don't care because it's so cool. And then we're back to Luffy versus Lucci. It's another good fight. I think oh, there's another gear second pose. I love that pose so much. It's such a bummer that you can't do that with the new Luffy SH figure arts. But I hope you can do it with the newest Luffy figure that's gonna come out soon. Not the Gear 5 one, but the East Blue Luffy. And here's another instance of Spandam being a jerk. Oh, what happened here? I think, oh, Frankie hit him with a fire. Oh man, I hate him. Oh, it was Usopp actually. What the heck? I hate Spandam so much. Yeah, that was volume 43. And I thought we had like one volume left. It's volume 44 is next. And I think, I'm not sure what else happens in Enies Lobby. Oh, I think, I hadn't talked about this yet. We'll get to it. But I think most of this is just Luffy against Lucci. And I like that scene where Usopp smacks some sense into Luffy. It's a really good scene. Because even though they've had some problems with each other, they're still looking out for each other's backs. And I think, oh, there it is. Gear 3rd Bone Balloon. That's so cool, man. And I love that idea of blowing up the bones in his arm to give him more fighting power. And obviously the downside is that he gets shrunk into tiny Luffy. Where is he? He's somewhere here. Oh no, he keeps going. Giant axe. That's crazy. Oh, I wish we'd see this more from Zoan type Devil Fruit users, like using their animal form. Cause I mean there's no other reason to use it, because I think the Man Beast form is the strongest form that they have. But yeah. And then the other Straw Hats are just beating up the Marines. And then the Kokoro comes in. She's a mermaid, apparently. And it just ruins Sanji's vision of what mermaids look like. That's funny. But yeah, most of this kind of is overshadowed by Luffy's fight. And I really like, I wanted to talk about this since I started Enies Lobby, but I really like Luffy's well, I guess you could call it an ability, but he knows the right person to fight. Like he goes straight to Lucci because he's the strongest, and he knows that when Lucci is taken down, that everything is over. The entire fight is over. He doesn't go after Spandam. He doesn't go after the government directly. He goes after Lucci, and it's such a good like character moment for him because he does everything he can to take this guy down. Even when he shouldn't get up after using Gear Second too many times, he does. And I think that scene is somewhere around here. All right, here where Usopp tells Luffy to get up. I really like this scene. And Usopp, or Luffy's, he's surprised that Usopp came. Man, of course Usopp came. He's still friends, or they're still friends. Of course he's gonna go and support his captain. And there's that jet Gatling that defeats Lucci. Oh, that's so cool, man. And it's crazy that his fists are flying so fast that you can't even see them, or that there's multiple of them at once. And there's Luffy telling Robin that they're gonna go back to the crew together. Oh, and there's that. Man, that's another heartbreaking scene. Where they finally get away from the Marines. But then they have to let the Mary go. It's such a sad scene, man, because the Going Merry was definitely part of the crew, and it's like losing a crewmate. And they're looking back on everything they've gone through together. I can't believe it just shows you how good of a series One Piece is. That it can make you feel for a ship, right? That was volume 45, and of course they get a new ship. I really like this scene, or not this scene, this cover. This cover is really cool. Garp finally shows up in the story. Oh, and there he is. I like Garp. I really hope he's not spoiler warning. I really hope he's not spoiler warning. I really hope he's not dead. Or it made it out to be like he was dead, you know? I don't think he's dead. I really don't think so. But can you imagine how Luffy's gonna react when he hears what happened to Garp? And I think this scene, or this panel right here, is really interesting. Hey guys, sorry for the cut in the video, but my phone died, so I charged it up a little bit more. But as I was saying, I thought this was really interesting. That's like the first appearance of Kaido. Well, he was one of the four emperors. He wasn't exactly Kaido just yet, but I'm pretty positive Oda had that planned this far back. He's a really good storyteller because they already name drop him in Thriller Bark, I think. But yeah, and then there's that reveal that Dragon is Luffy's dad. But yeah, most of this is just the crew. Oh, there's that confrontation between Shanks and Whitebeard. It's a good scene. And when he said that, when he said this about his scar, I thought he was referring to Whitebeard giving him the scar. And I don't know where this was revealed, but apparently Blackbeard gave him this scar. I think it'll show that off in Marineford. But yeah, apparently Blackbeard gave him that scar. Oh, and then that fight. I'm pretty sure it's all the way back here. But then there's that. Ooh, not just yet. Maybe. Well, we'll get to that right now. But then Franky decides to build the Straw Hats, a new ship. And then Usopp, thinking that, he can just brush it off. And brush off what happened. And just join the crew again like nothing. And then, the new wanted posters and stuff. Oh, the Thousand Sunny, look at that. That's cool, man. Made from the wood of the treasure tree atom. And then that super silly scene where Robin grabs Franky's balls. That's so stupid, man. But it's definitely in line with One Piece. And then Franky decides to join the Straw Hats. Another Straw Hat joined. But then there's that another really cool Zoro scene. It's definitely building up for what happens during Thriller Bark. But Zoro pretty much tells Luffy that he's not gonna accept Usopp unless he apologizes. And that's exactly what he does, thankfully. Because I couldn't imagine the crew without Usopp. And I really like this scene too. There's so many good scenes in this arc, man. And everything's written so well. It's such a good arc. That's why everybody says that Enies Lobby is the best arc in One Piece. And I'll say now it is the best. Alabasta is my favorite. There's a difference between favorite and best. But Enies Lobby is definitely the best. So yeah, they sail off with Garp trailing them. Oh, and then there's Vivi. And then Ace versus Blackbeard. Oh man, that's such a good scene. It's such a good fight. So yeah, that was Enies Lobby. Definitely the best arc in One Piece. Next video I'll be going over Thriller Bark in one go, just like that. I'll be touching on some things because Thriller Bark, there's not a lot going on. So hopefully it'll be a short video. I don't like my videos being so long, but I think this one did get a little long too. So yeah. Question of the day. What is the one scene that's made you cry in One Piece? And your favorite emotional scene? Mine is Drum Island, the Sakura blooms. That's the only scene in One Piece that has made me cry. And my favorite emotional scene is in post Marineford when Luffy realizes he still has his crew. But yeah, That was Enya's Lobby. Nearing the halfway mark of this series. And I hope you guys will tune in for part 10 for Thriller Bark. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.